The Dow. I'm not gonna get in the gutter with these people.
Radical left wing.
I don't know why you're laughing.
This is gonna piss some people off.
The Dow. I'm not gonna get in the gutter with these people.
Radical left wing.
I don't know why you're laughing.
This is gonna piss some people off.
The Dow. I'm not gonna get in the gutter with these people.
Radical left wing.
I don't know why you're laughing.
This is gonna piss some people off.
Hello, hello. My name is Ashlee, and welcome to my channel. I am very excited for our live today. So much is going on, and Trump is acting like a lunatic, per usual, but just like more than usual, I guess. But then so much is going on that I totally forgot that Pam Bondi got fired, and it is not in my outline. But listening to my intro, I was like, oh yeah, Pam Bondi got fired too. So yeah, Pam Bondi got fired. I don't know. All these MAGA women, it's so funny. They think that they can sit here and, they think that they can sit here and be a part of this fascist movement and everything's going to be okay for them. And no, they were always going to be the scapegoats. They have been from the very beginning. But anyway, before we get into it, please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I have a membership. Tomorrow I post new membership videos every Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm posting about how Jake Paul and Theo Vaughn were talking about Drewski, and Jake Paul wants to do blackface because Drewski was able to do whiteface. So that's what's going on. But anyway, we're going to react to that tomorrow in my members video. But yes, let's get into it. Today, I'm just going to do some personal updates, and then we're going to talk about Trump being insane. And then we're going to get into all the podcast bro drama stuff that's been going on, because it's really funny and I enjoy it very much. All right, so let's get into it. Tulsi is next. Yes, I think Tulsi is next. People are saying that Cash is also next. I honestly think, listen, I think Pete Hegseth is going to be gone at some point too. Like, I think he's going to blame the whole entire thing on Pete Hegseth and just be like, yeah, no, it was Pete. Pete really wanted to do this, something like that. I really think he's going to try to I really think that Donald Trump is going to try to shove all the blame onto Pete Hegseth. Anyway, yeah, I think most of the people, none of the people in his cabinet or in his regime, none of them are safe, right? He will fire any of them whenever he wants because he doesn't care. And if they're not consistently loyal to him, then they're going to be out. And that's just how he operates. All right. So first, personal updates. I went to a DSA social. That was really fun. And we talked about a lot of online stuff. What else? Oh, it was funny. I went to my dad's girlfriend's family for Easter the other day. And they're actually liberal, which is funny that my dad... I always wondered how that works. But anyway, they're very liberal, and it was so funny because they were so nice to each other. They were so nice to each other, and they got along, and they just talked. And you go to one of my family events, and that is not how things happen, okay? Things are chaotic. People are yelling. This person's upset. This person, it's crazy. So I don't know. It was just an interesting experience. Yes, the only other thing that I want to talk about before we get into how Trump is insane is the Artemis 2 mission. I was actually really, really excited for this to happen. If you've followed me for a while, you know that I go to this pilot convention during the summer with my dad, and NASA's always there. They were not there last year. And I blame Trump and Elon Musk. I blame Doge because they've been cutting their funding. Anyway, despite the cutting of funding and despite the privatization of this field, they're giving all of our tax dollars to billionaires like Jeff Bezos to go take celebrities up in space, where we should be giving that money to NASA. Makes me very heated. Anyway, and so I was really excited for this because I always I don't think it wasn't last year because NASA wasn't there last year, but the year before that at the convention, there was a panel, and it was all these astronauts and all the astronauts that are like there right now, and they were talking about how they've been planning for this mission for so long. They've been planning it for years. So also the other thing I wanted to say, that if Donald Trump ever comes out, it makes it sound like the reason they were able to do this was because of him or because he's president. That's bullshit. Okay. They have been planning this. They have been preparing for this for years. All right. Years. And I just wanted to put that out there. I have, what do I have? Oh, we'll get to that. Actually, I lied. That's not, Artemis is not the last thing, but this is one of the pictures of the moon that they got. So the Artemis 2 astronauts have surpassed the record for the distance of Earth. This record was previously set during the Apollo 13 mission. And so, yeah. Okay, I know this probably isn't really interesting, but I really love it and I'm excited. I think it's great. The other thing that I wanted to share was this. It says, today you will see everyone super excited about NASA's Artemis 2 crew flying by the moon. Remember, this is only possible by funding science, hiring diverse teams, and investing in the next generation. Yes, and oh God, then that brings me to this. Okay, so tomorrow, if you live in St. Louis, it's a very small election. It's just for one thing, but the one thing is very important. It's to continue paying taxes. And I know everyone hates taxes and no one wants to pay taxes. And it's this thing that everyone hates in America, but they're for good things. Okay. And so, if you live in St. Louis, vote yes on this tomorrow. We need to keep it passed. Anyway, I know I'm like, I don't know how entertaining this is, but I just wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to put that out there just to let everyone know from St. Louis and just put the word out. Also, yeah, I'm really excited. That's like one good thing that's happening right now. Everything is shit, but that's like one really cool thing, and I really I hated when Jeff Bezos took celebrities up in space. I hated that. And some people are like, oh, it's science, da da da. I'm like, bullshit. That is not, they're trying to capitalize on it. They're trying to do like space tourism, which is dumb. What we need to do, where our money needs to be going, is to NASA. That's where it needs to be going, because they are incredible people, and they're doing incredible things. Okay, I've sat in on other panels and they're trying to put like solar panels or some kind of like solar panel on like an airplane, so that and then the airplane can somehow, the solar panels like see the sun and it like recharges. I don't know. I didn't fully grasp what they were saying, but it's really cool stuff like that could actually really help like us in our environment. And they need more funding, but they're doing really cool shit. Okay, and so support NASA. Anyway, I love NASA. I have an eternal dying love for NASA. Anyway, all right, now we're gonna get on to Trump being insane. Trump will join Dems in blaming Hassan. That's gonna be my next week video. It was gonna be this week, but then I already recorded something and I think you'll like it for Wednesday. But yeah, next week I'm gonna talk about Hassan. I was saying only about women, but the bus is coming and Trump will pitch them all under it. Yeah, it's just the women are going first, you know, that they're gonna go first, and then it's just gonna keep going down the line, right? Yeah, they're the scapegoats, and that tends to happen. You know, that happened like with Twitter. When Twitter was going down, he hired like a woman CEO, and it was supposed to be this big deal, but it happens a lot where, you know, men, very wealthy men, or men who are very prominent, or companies that are very prominent, they'll put a woman in charge when it's going down, because they're gonna scapegoat her. And Donald Trump's doing the same thing when it comes to the Epstein files, because I bet you anything that is why he fired her. Ladies first, what a gentleman. That is great. That's a wonderful joke. Okay. So, all right. Trump has lost his goddamn mind. That's literally what I wrote in my outline for this. Like, I just wrote, Trump has lost his goddamn mind. Not that, you know, he really had a mind to begin with. Not that he's not always insane, but there has to be something wrong with him, right? Like, he has to be suffering from dementia. Do you know, actually, this is something I didn't know, and I forgot what I watched it on. I think I forgot what it was. I forgot whose channel I saw this on, but apparently Trump's dad also had like Alzheimer's or dementia. And when he was working at like the Trump corporation, organization, whatever, they had to pretend that like he was actually in charge. Like, there were other people in charge that were actually working, but they had to pretend like his dad was still in charge and just pretend like he was still the boss. And he would go into work every single day and not realize that he was out of his mind. And I swear to God, that is what's happening right now. Like, that has to be what's happening right now. This man is losing his mind. Oh my God. Like, when I heard that story, because I hadn't heard that story before, I was like, oh my God, like, that is literally what we're living through, only he's the president. He's the president. And we have to, every day, we have to act like, oh, this man is in charge. Everything's great. It's all gonna be fine, when he's lost his goddamn mind. Okay, so let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about Easter. I hope you all had a great Easter. I don't celebrate Easter. The only reason I did was because, you know, I was going to visit with my dad and everything, but I don't celebrate Easter. I kind of forgot Easter was even this past weekend. Until my dad invited me. So, yes. Let's see. So this is what Trump said on Easter, okay? Now, he's always saying crazy shit. Like, last year when it was Christmas, he was like, oh, happy or Merry Christmas to everyone, but the lunatic leftists, you know? So, I mean, he's always insane. But this tweet was just like so insane, and now there are videos coming from the Easter celebration that are making me laugh. But anyway, so let's watch. This is so stupid. He's insane. But yes, praise be Allah, which is what he said. Again, I think he's losing his mind. So this is what Donald Trump said on Easter. This is what Donald Trump said on Easter. Oh my God. Okay. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. Like, what possessed him to do this? I don't understand. What possessed him to be like, first of all, why is he doing this? One of the reporters asked him, like, why did you have that kind of language? Or like, there are some people who are like, why do you have that kind of language? And he's just like, oh, well, whatever. Like, he's like, well, because they need to open it, because I want them to open it. And then another reporter asked him, okay, well, what do you think about Americans that don't think there's a point of this war? And he said, well, they're stupid. He literally said that. He said, well, they're stupid. He said, if you're an American and you don't think that like Iran's a problem or that we should be in this war, then you're just stupid. Not him, not Trump, who's over here like, I don't even know what he's doing on social media. Like, I feel like younger people or millennials or Gen Z, we always get criticized by like older people about our social media usage, and like, this is going to be on the internet forever and da 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 da. And you constantly get like Hassan, like we were saying, Hassan is constantly getting clipped, constantly being taken out of context, all this stuff. And yet we have the president of the United States going online and saying the most insane shit, and we're all just expected to just like, oh, you gotta watch what you post, you can't say this, you can't be this, you can't do that, constantly on YouTube. They never want to, they always want to talk about, oh, are you talking about politics, da 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 da. But here you have Donald Trump, the president of the United States, saying insane shit on the timeline. Like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, because this man is insane and he has lost his mind. And I swear to God, he has to have like dementia or some shit. Like, he has to, because the way he's just saying what he's doing out loud to everyone right now, just like plainly in plain words. Like the other week when he said, what did he say? He said, oh, we can't pay for daycare. We can't pay for daycare. What are you talking about? We're paying for a war. It's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for just saying the quiet part out loud. Thank you for saying that out loud. Because, like, we all know it. We all see it. But you're like, you just said it. Insane. He's lost his mind. Next thing we're going to look at. This one's funny. So, like I said, not only was his Easter tweet ridiculous, apparently this Easter celebration of the White House was funny as hell, because I've seen like 4 or 5 different videos, and in every single one, it is so funny. And the reason that I think that he is ending up just like his father is because of how Melania looks at him in this video. Okay? Pay attention to Melania in this video, because the way, like, once he starts rambling, the way she looks at him is so funny. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. It's hilarious. It is so funny. Okay.
We're soon gonna find out, aren't we? But when a thing like that happens, where a pilot shot down, in most instances, you're really not able to go in, because you'll go in with 200 people and lots.
Do you see her? She just like sighed. She was just like, she was like looking at him, and then he starts rambling, and she's like, oh, you're embarrassing us. Like, you're just rambling, talking nonsense.
Lots of jet fighters and helicopters, and
now she looks mad.
You really
I guess
don't
that's,
have a chance.
normal,
They get shot down. You lose 200 in order to pick up one. It's a horrible thing, but it's very. We're soon going to find out. Aren't we?
It's so stupid. Yeah, there's more clips, but like in that clip, he's talking about, so they actually had a pilot that was like got like stranded. They were worried that he was gonna get kidnapped by Iran when they were striking Iran, and they did rescue him, which is good. But now, because they rescued him, he's like, oh, that's a big win. Like, that's a big win. We rescued him. It's like, bro, And then, oh, no. And then earlier today, do you know what he said? Which is the funniest thing in the world. Because, like, I have people who are, like, conservative in my family who tell me, oh, he cares about veterans all the time. They're like, no, he cares about veterans. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Do you know what he said today? He said, yeah, we did it. We did a great, we did a great rescue. He's like, I mean, it was only 2 people, but people were really, like, worried. People... like, he was surprised people thought it was that big of a deal. He was like, it was only 2 people, but and I'm just like, bro, he doesn't care about anyone. But yeah, and so that was another, just like him saying his actual thoughts out loud. Like, it was only 2 people. I don't know why. I don't understand why people cared. Like, he's lost his mind. Looking at the Easter Bunny just standing there. Oh, I have a better Easter Bunny one. It's great. There's one, I swear to God, it should be a meme. The bunny is legit surreal. I know. It's kind of creepy, honestly. It was legs day. Arm day. Okay. Monday night. Oh, no, you don't have to worry about being late. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay. Now so we're going to go back to Trump. So there's another video. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm going to show you the one, where the bunny, it's almost like a gym. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen The Office? I love The Office. Okay. It was one of the shows that I've been, like, very obsessed with in my life. And it's like one of those, like, look to the camera Jim Halper moments, but as the bunny's doing it, he, like, realizes there's a camera there and he's like, okay. It's amazing. All right, so we're gonna watch that now because I had to rewatch it like a million times because it was so funny. Okay, look at this bunny. Look, and he's just okay. And then Trump is over here talking to, like, reporters, or he's talking to kids too. And he says, how did I do with the voters that do eggs? Did anyone in the egg industry vote for Kamala? A low IQ person. She's a low IQ person. I can't do his accent or mimic him or whatever, his weird voice. Okay, all right.
How did I do with the voters that do eggs? Awesome. Would you say 100% or 99%? 100%. Did anybody in the egg industry vote for Kamala? A low IQ person. She's a low IQ person. Who's a lower IQ person? Biden or...
I just love that so much because I feel like the bunny is like, okay. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, what are you even talking about? And then he realizes there's a camera there and he has to turn back around.
Kamala.
Do you see what he's doing with his hands? He's like, he's very uncomfortable.
That's probably the toughest question. That's a tough question.
Okay, that was funny. I enjoyed that. All right, let's actually watch. Okay. Okay, so this next one is also, it's not funny, it's actually pretty pathetic, but the new line that Fox News and, like, a lot of conservative pundits are saying now is that this is actually for your kids. This is actually for your grandkids, and somehow having a war with Iran is going to help people's grandkids. Literally, that's what they're saying right now. And my dad, it's so funny, he was talking to me the other day and he's like, yeah, it's bullshit. Like, I don't know why they're saying this. Like, obviously it's wrong. And I was like, yeah, obviously. So yeah, it's so funny. But Melania is trying to do the same thing. And so they ask her, like, what do you think of this? And she's trying to give the same answer. And it doesn't sound any better coming from her.
All of this is happening for their future, so they will be safe in years to come.
We're fighting for our children that are now in a war zone. We're keeping them as safe as we can possibly keep them. But we're fighting.
You literally bombed a school. You bombed 2 schools. What do you mean you're trying to keep the kids in a war zone safe? What do you mean? What do you mean? No, you're not. You literally bombed Two schools. Two schools.
Fighting for their parents, their grandparents. We're fighting for them. We're fighting for their future.
All of this
What
is
future?
happening.
What future when you are bombing their country? What future? What future? Ridiculous. But that's the this is like the first thing that I've seen where I'm like, wow, this is kind of getting through to some people, and some people are actually not buying what he's saying. And one, I think it's because he changes his mind every day. Every day he's saying a new thing. Every day it's, oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Da, da, da. You know, like, oh, we're going to be in agreements. We're going to have talks. And then with Iran. And then today he's like, well, it's kind of hard to talk to Iran because they don't have, they don't have internet or whatever. And it's like, okay, so then how are you in talks with them if you're flat out right now saying, oh, it's kind of hard to talk to them, it's hard to get a hold of anyone? Okay, well then how have you been negotiating for the past week or whatever? But we know he's been lying because Iran came out and said, oh no, we're not going to do a ceasefire. They want a ceasefire, we do not. And so he's just lying, and I feel like he's always done this. He always just lies and lies, and people believe him, and then he never follows through, and he never lives up to what he says he's going to do or what he is. But this is the first time that I'm like, wow, there are some people who are like, this is not, now, they're still conservative. They're still going to vote for things that, I wouldn't like, and they still have views that I don't think are good. But some people are starting to realize that, oh yeah, maybe Trump is lying. Yeah, I think so. So that's, and I think the whole thing, oh, this is for the kids, is insane. Trump doesn't care about kids. I think that's pretty obvious, okay? And it's insane to tell people oh yeah, no, it's for your kids, it's for your grandkids, because apparently Fox News is not saying it's just for they're saying it's for the kids of Iran, which is insane because you're actually literally killing them. But on Fox News they're saying it's for your grandkids, like in America, your grandkids here. And how please tell me how this is going to help them, because actually I think economic collapse and fuel shortages around the world that might happen, especially if he does what he's threatening to Iran. I don't think that's going to help anyone, and I don't think that's going to help the future of anyone really anywhere. Honestly, I don't think this war, or really any war, helps anyone at any capacity or anyone's future. I think it's just people who were not loved as children and need to go to therapy, and instead of figuring their shit out, they just take it out on everybody else. Yeah, anyway. It's my philosophy. The Stone Age future. Exactly. He talks to Pakistan, I think. Okay. That makes sense. That makes more sense. All right. So let's see. Okay. So that's that one. Let's look at, okay. So now we're going to get into some of the questions that he's been asked. I believe this was today. And this is, again, one of the more insane things that he has said. So one of the reporters asked, do you believe that God supports the United States actions in this war? And the reason they're asking this is because the Pope came out against Pete Hegseth, because Pete Hegseth was like, oh, he did this whole prayer for the soldiers and prayed that every shot hits their target, and insane, just insane Christian nationalist bullshit. That's what Pete Hegseth was doing. And so it started this whole thing where, they asked Caroline Leavitt, oh, did you hear what the Pope said? And she's like, well, I think it's great to pray for our troops. And so it became a whole thing, right? So now reporters are asking him, do you believe God supports this war? And this is what he says.
Very much. You've said glory be to God in this conflict. Do you believe that God supports the United States actions in this
I do,
war?
because
And have you
God
sought
is
his direction?
good, because God is good, and God wants to see people taken care of. God doesn't like what's happening.
God wants to see people taken care of. Okay.
I don't like what's happening. Everyone says, I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy it. These two guys don't enjoy it. You know, people say, oh.
He literally said Pete Hegseth enjoys it. Did he not? He said Pete Hegseth. He literally said that he said that the other day, not the other day, but like last week, like a week or two ago. He was like, man, yeah, we're like, yeah, we might come to an agreement. And Pete was over here like, oh man, really? What?
Boy, they're so tough. I don't like seeing people killed. I've ended 8 wars.
No, you didn't.
Nobody's ever done it.
Because you didn't do it. Because you didn't do it. Because you didn't do it.
The person who won the Nobel Prize came to me and said, you deserve the Nobel Prize. She announced that. When they announced, they said, goes to Maria. She's a great person, really a good person. She said, no. This is ridiculous. They gave me the Nobel Prize. President Trump ended 8 wars. I could go over every one of them, including India.
No, you could not go over every one of them. You couldn't, because they don't exist. Maybe like 1 or 2 exist, but first, there's not a ceasefire in Gaza. Never happened. They're still genociding Gaza. Now they're doing it to Lebanon. So, like, first of all, that you didn't end that at all, actually. He didn't end Ukraine and Russia, which he said could be over in 1 day if he just talked to Putin. And then like he's made up wars, and every time he tries to recite it, there's been times where he's made up countries or talked about countries that are not even near each other, and he did not stop 8 wars. He did not stop 8 wars. Ridiculous.
And Pakistan, where the Prime Minister of Pakistan said, President Trump saved from 30 to 50.
He did not. He said the opposite. He said the opposite. He said Trump had nothing to do with it.
Million lives. That makes me much happier than what we're doing right now. That makes me much happier. We have 1 more to end, by the way.
1 more to end, yeah, because you never ended it. Ooh. Last week, Trump snapped at a female reporter and said she was being fresh, which is one of those old-time insults. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's been snapping. And then, like, before every question, he keeps asking people, like, where are you from? What are you from? Like, where are you from? What are you from? And it's just a way to, like, automatically disregard their question, or I guess, like, how he answers is going to be different, right? Because if Lindell TV is asking him some setup question and that's supposed to make him look good, then he'll just be all doting on them and whatever. But if it's someone who is asking him a real question, he's just going to say, where are you from? Where are you from? And then disregard it and be belligerent, because then he thinks that makes him look stronger. Like, a lot of these like men who are in the manosphere think that they need to be so manly and macho. A lot of it is really it's all insecurity, and so they feel like they need to be like belligerent for people to respect them. And I think it does the opposite. Like, I think people look at you and see you as a bully, which is what Trump is. All right, so this is the last one. That's kind of crazy. Wait. Okay, then we have a Pete Hegseth one. But this is the last one of Trump being kind of crazy. So I haven't even seen this clip, but I read the quote and I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? This man has lost his goddamn mind. He said, Trump, okay, I'm polling higher than anyone has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. Didn't a couple weeks ago, he said he literally said, I'm not learning Spanish. He said to someone, I'm not going to learn your language. He said, I'm not learning your language. He said, I will quickly learn Spanish. I highly doubt that. It won't take long. I highly doubt that. You barely know English. I'm good at language. You are not. I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president. This is like, it's, and this is something we talked about at the DSA show, social that I talked with some people about, but it's like, this would be so funny if it just didn't impact our lives, you know? Like, if it just didn't have all these, like, terrible consequences. This would be so funny because he really is insane and he really says funny shit because he's losing his mind. But, like, this, like, it's so absurd, right? He's so absurd that it's funny, but it's not funny. Because we all have to live through the consequences. And so it's like, oh my God. What the fuck? Okay, anyway, let's watch this.
But to the victor belong the spoils. So we haven't heard that in, I think, maybe hundreds of years. Now with Venezuela, and we, just so you understand, the people of Venezuela, they say if I ran for president of Venezuela, I'm polling higher than anybody has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. It won't take too long. I'm good at language. And I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president. But we're very happy with the president-elect that we have right now, the people that are running it. If you remember Bush with Iraq, they fired the generals. They fired the police.
Okay,
they
I
fired...
don't care. He has lost his mind. Like, he has lost his mind. I have the best words, yeah. What is it? It's a sound drop. Not all good happens, or only bad happens, or only good can happen. I don't know. It's, oh God. I've been looking into getting a soundboard. Anyway, that's one of my favorite quotes of his, or one of the my favorite things that he's ever said, because it's just so funny. Only good can happen. He was like, yeah, only good, not even good can happen. Only good happen. I don't remember. It was hilarious though. Okay. So, you know what? If he wants to go to Venezuela and become the president, have at it, man. Just, I don't know. I mean, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve you as a president. You know, they deserve better. But man, dude, I'm like, you know what? If that makes you actually leave the office, like actually leave and not try to stay like last time, then sure, go try and do that, man. Just like, go try and do that. Nothing bad can happen, only good happen. Okay, thank you. That is one of my favorite quotes, and that happened like last year, and it's hilarious. Every time I hear it, it's just so funny because it's so stupid. He had 79 years to learn it. Exactly. And he still doesn't know English. Insane. Or, well, he had 79 years to learn Spanish. Yeah, you're right. All right, so, okay, before we get into all the podcast bro stuff, we have one more clip, and we're gonna talk, okay, so we're gonna talk about Pete Hegseth and the rising Christo-fascism that is happening. You know, as we're bombing Iran and we're in a war with Iran, and Donald Trump is like just saying the quiet part out loud, saying that they're horrible people and that's why we're bombing them, and they're scary people and that's why that's why we're bombing them. Oh, they're religious freaks, that's why we're bombing them. Well, you know, America's not so different. America's not so different. Pete Hegseth is out here basically saying the pilots that were rescued are like Jesus because they came back for Easter. Listen, and then Trump's spiritual advisor was comparing Trump to Jesus or God, and you know, it's a cult. This is a cult. It is a Christian nationalist cult, and Pete Hegseth is insane, and he is a part of that. So let's listen to. Oh my God! Let's listen to this.
One downed airman evaded capture for more than a day, scaling rugged ridges while hunted by the enemy. When he was finally able to activate his emergency transponder, his first message was simple, and it was powerful. He sent a message: God is good.
I don't think that happened. Like, I don't know if there's there's no way. There's no way. That can't be the first thing that you say. That cannot be the first thing you say when you're like, I am stranded and I need help. There is no way. I don't believe him.
In that moment of isolation and danger, his faith and fighting spirit shone through. You see, shot down on a Friday, Good Friday, hidden in a cave, a crevice, all of Saturday, and rescued on Sunday. Flown out of Iran as the sun was rising on Easter Sunday. A pilot reborn, all home and accounted for, a nation rejoicing. God is good.
Oh my God. Do you think that's why Trump said God is good earlier? Do you think that's why Trump said God is good in his little speech? Or do you think Hegseth took it from Trump? I don't know which speech was first. Hello Akbar. Yes, who did that? There was a comedian that literally said that to Trump, or like there's a meme, there's like Trump saying, you know, God is good, and then there's literally someone, a Muslim comedian that was like, yeah, and then said, yeah, and that's what they said. It was hilarious. Pete has to dial back the AI in his speeches. I know, it sounds so robotic. Like, you can tell that first of all, you can tell he didn't write it. But it's just so robotic. But it's just insanity. Like, this is Christian nationalism. He is a scary ass Christian nationalist. Okay. His pastor is insane. He doesn't want women to vote. I like the things he wants for trans and gay people, I think is probably not very great. And like, he now they're saying they fired all these generals, or these top generals, recently, and they're saying it's because I guess some there were women and there were black people who were going to get a star, and apparently Pete Hegseth couldn't have that. Pete Hegseth could not have that, and so he fired the generals for pushing back. But a lot of people are speculating that that is not why, that's just the story why. That he really is, he's firing them because they're like pushing back on the war. They don't want to commit war crimes, or they don't want to do a ground invasion. Who knows what it is? Either one is horrible. And honestly, like, I'm not like, I don't like hate veterans, or I'm not like anti-veteran. I have friends that are veterans, but I also am not like super pro-military. Like, I'm like, I'm kind of like, yeah, it can be a jobs program, but I'm not with all the bombing and invading and coups, and yeah. So, I'm like, do I, and so anyway, I don't even know where I was going with this. But I do think it's scary. That's where I was going with this. I do think it's scary that he's deciding to fire some of these top generals, because the people he's going to replace them with are going to be people that are going to do whatever Hegseth or Trump asked them to do, no questions asked. Like, that's who they're going to replace him with. And so that's the scary part to me, is that, there were some people in the military who are not happy with Pete Hegseth. They're not happy with everything that they're doing with these anti-DEI initiatives and all this stuff. And like, there was famously that one speech where Pete Hegseth came out and all of the generals were not like, I don't think they're allowed to respond, and they got like upset because they weren't like responding or clapping or getting excited for Pete Hegseth's speech. And like, so, there were some people who were there who were like career military, and were like, yeah, no, you're a clown. Like, you're a clown. And so I was like, okay, that's good. That makes me feel a little bit better. But now that they're just firing these top generals, that is not that's not a good sign to me. And I think it's really bad. I think it's a really bad sign. And I think it's a really bad sign that this war is not ending anytime soon. And I highly doubt that the only way it's going to end is with Trump trying to fake like he won. But I think he understands that he can't really do that. Like, no matter what he does, there's no winning in this scenario. There's no winning in this situation. Like, no matter what happens, this, like, people are upset. No one is going to be happy with this, whether you leave now or tomorrow or next year. No one's going to be happy with this. And so I think he's trying to and I think he just keeps trying to one up Iran, because he's like, listen, you have to listen to me, effing listen to me, because they're not going to listen to him. And so he thinks if he's a bully and is belligerent that they'll actually listen to him. So I'm worried that he's going to keep escalating because, one, I don't think his brain is there, but also because he's such, again, it's like insecurity. He wants to be this big macho man that everyone listens to and everyone respects. And he's going to keep being more belligerent. He's going to escalate even further until they listen to him. And I don't like that. Like, I don't like where that leads, right? And a lot of people are talking about, oh, it could be nuclear, da-da-da. Like, it is. It's terrifying because I don't trust him. Like, I don't trust Trump. I think he's impulsive, as you can see from his tweets. He's impulsive and he can't control, like, everyone's they always want to talk about women. Oh, they can't control their emotions, da-da-da. Do you see Donald Trump? Do you see Donald Trump? This man is losing. He's the president of the United States and he's losing his mind on the timeline. He's threatening countries on the timeline. Like, what are we saying? So I'm not like, I don't know. It's a very bad situation. And if things keep going as they are, we're going to start having shortages. We're going to, prices are going to continue to go up and people are going to continue to lose their lives. So it's just like, it's ridiculous. And this is so stupid. This is so horrific. And the problem is it's only going to get worse from here. And Donald Trump seems to want to get out of it, but he only wants to get out of it with himself looking good. And I don't think that that's ever going to happen. Like, I just don't think that's an option on the table. And so that's where I'm scared, because I'm like, well, if every option is a losing option, then what is this man going to do, And then, of course, they're doing the bunker under the ballroom. So who knows? Yeah. Pete, okay, that is exactly what it means. God is great. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, no, exactly. I know. That's why that comedian made that joke. It was hilarious. Trump can't even control his farts. Greenland is back on Trump's menu. I know. He just wants to go after everyone. And again, it's not like, and that's why I think it's so funny when everyone fell for he's actually anti-war. Let's just see if he's anti-war. Let's give him a chance. The dude is a strong man. He's an authoritarian. He is a bully. He just wants to bully people and get what he wants. That's all he's done his whole life, is to bully people to get what he wants, right? And most people are either scared of him or whatever, and so they comply. And now you can't just do that to whole ass countries, man. Like, I don't know. Like, you can't, like you can't just be like, oh, I don't like you, so I'm gonna bomb you now. You can, but then you get us into this situation. And so I think he's just like, I'm going to go get what I want and I'm going to do what I want. And if anyone tries to tell me no, then I'm going to fire them. Or if there's someone who can't successfully make me look good, even though I'm doing dumb things, then you're going to get fired too. Like Pam Bondi staked her whole career on covering up the Epstein files. She got Jeffrey Epstein off. Like, she covered for Trump and for Epstein. And what did she get for it? Like, what did she get for it? What did she get out of it? And so it's like they're all expendable, and you're expendable at a drop of a dime. Like, he doesn't care. He just wants to get what he wants, and that's it. And you have to listen to him. He has to be respected. But like, he doesn't care about anyone. He doesn't care. He does not care about kids. He does not care about the lives that are being lost because of this bullshit. Like, he doesn't. And it's very obvious. All right. Speaking of this war, this war has been fracturing the right. Now, it has actually been fracturing the right. There are some people on the right who I think are actually like, oh shit, like, yeah, I don't know. This is really bad. Maybe it is all conservatives, but there's a lot of people who are still conservative and are still, if there was like a JD Vance presidency or whatever, like, they would vote for JD Vance. But when it comes to Trump, you are seeing some people split from Trump. There's some pundits who are going to go along with him no matter what, like Tim Pool saying this is a manly war, which is the most insane and stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But he said that. Tim Pool literally said that this was a manly war. He said he was more anti-war than Emma, and he was more anti-war than the left. But this war in Iran is manly, so he kind of likes it. So apparently bombing schools of little children is manly. But there are also people like Alex Jones, who apparently he's not mad about the war, but he's mad that Trump said, praise be Allah. That's what he's mad at. Because of course that's what he's mad at. But let's watch Alex Jones just have a bad take, because of course he does. I felt like someone knocked or something. I don't know, maybe something fell. I don't know. Oh well. Okay. Sorry, I just heard a noise and it kind of freaked me out a bit. All right, so let's watch this video.
Saw Trump's Easter message to Iran about open the strait, you crazy bastards, or I'm blowing up your bridges and power plants today, which they did. And then using that, F word, and then
okay, we're gonna keep going, but I love that, like, this is his line. I'm like, what? I don't know, it's just so funny.
Talking about Allah, praise Allah, Allah's great or whatever. Number one, just from a psychological perspective, when Trump killed the mullah, which Israel told him to do, they said that would make him give up. That's the opposite of making him give up. And blowing up their bridges and power plants, it just hurts the citizens, just unified them. So just from a military perspective, it's horrible when the hearts and minds. Our military did act like this in the past with their rhetoric. And it's super bad news. And this is not the old Trump. It's one thing if he says fuck on the campaign trail or whatever. I do that too. But on Easter, with messages about Allah Akbar and give up, you crazy effers, they're not going to. And they've closed the strait. It's killing the economy. America is sinking in global rankings of likability. It's just not what we voted for. And
it is what you voted for. It is, Alex Jones, and you helped this. You helped this come to be. You enabled this. You made this happen, and now all of you want out. Okay? All of you want out. And you all want out. You all want to be like, this isn't what we voted for. We don't want this. Blah, blah, blah. No. You all voted for this. Okay, you did. You did, right? You covered for him. You excused him for years. for almost like it's been like a decade now that people like Alex Jones have been covering for this madman, have been literally making excuses for this madman. And he can talk to people like this. He can be a strong man. He can do this. Yeah, he's just going to bully people. And that's great because that's what America does. That's what they were all saying. That's what they were all saying. That, oh yeah, people aren't going to be scared of us. People are going to be scared of us again. People are going to be scared of us again. So that way they won't want to mess with us. Is that what's happening? And the rest of us were like, yeah, you're delusional. Like, you live in a different world. You live in an alternate reality. And yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You did vote for this. You did vote for this. You voted for this. You helped it happen. You enabled it. You excused it. And I'm pretty sure Alex Jones knows that that he was lying about all of it. That he was lying every time he sat there and excused Trump's bad behavior. Every single time Trump was caught in a lie or Trump didn't meet up to expectations, he excused it, and he keeps doing it. And now he's like, this isn't what we voted for. No, it is. No, it is. And you had a big part in getting him elected, Alex Jones. This is the bed, and now you're lying in it. But unfortunately, the rest of us also have to lie in it.
We've never seen rhetoric out of presidents like this when we go to war, even if you're for this war. This is really bad PR, folks. This is what I'm talking about.
Guys, he's losing his mind. He's losing his goddamn mind.
About the way Trump's behaving. Way more erratic. His speech, is not coherent all the time. You can't deny this is happening. So yesterday I gave you the good news that he didn't fire...
This sounds pretty gay to love the war because it's manly. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Isn't that interesting? It does, doesn't it? That's actually what my Wednesday video is going to be about, is about the hypocrisy of MAGA and how they're constantly going after people for like being gay and all this kind of stuff, but they're not super, but they got skeletons in their closet. Anyway, Jones is mad because nobody's day drinking with him. That was such a funny clip. I don't want anyone scared of me. Who thinks that? Deep down, it's kind of psychotic. Literally. No, it is psychotic. No, it is. And again, like I said, I think a lot of, I don't know if like my upstairs neighbors are like moving furniture or something. I don't know. They're just making lots of loud noises. Oh my God. Sorry, it's driving me crazy. I can't I can't focus. Okay. So no, but it is crazy. And it's like I said with Donald Trump, it's like, or these, people who want to be authoritarians or people who like fascism or want fascism, the whole Hitler thing. Hitler wanted to be in showbiz and he got rejected. I think it's the same with like Trump. Not that he got rejected. I mean, he did get rejected, but that's not the point. I think also like he probably didn't get a whole hell of a lot of love from his dad because his dad was obviously probably just as bad as him, maybe even worse. And so I don't think he probably didn't get a whole lot of love from his dad or his family. But instead of like trying to make that different for his children, which I don't think he has instead taken it out on the whole entire world. And now we have to suffer because this man never got love as a child, like Jesus Christ. And it just never dealt with he had enough money. He could have gone to therapy. Like all these men who are like all these, it's not just men, it's also people. It's everyone. Cause I've had all sorts of people in my family tell this to me that like, I don't need to go to therapy or whatever. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to talk me out of it. Like this is a good thing. And I think the rest of you should be in it as well. Like my family, but I don't go anymore. I can't afford it anymore, but I did go anyway. But like, it's just like, there's so many people that are conservative who think it's somehow, and it's not just men, but who think that somehow it makes them like a weaker person if they go to therapy or if they actually like deal with their feelings or deal with their issues or like admit that they even have issues. Like somehow that's a weakness. And it's not. It's not. And it actually, I think it's just like the self-hatred that they have is just like eating them up inside. And that's why they have to be so horrible to everybody else. Because they are not content with themselves and they don't like themselves. And so they have to be these strong men, these macho people, and try to have power by bullying. And it just it just makes us all suffer with, like, you know, they want people to suffer with them. Yeah, so that's Alex Jones. The next person we're going to talk about is Theo Von. Now, listen, okay, so we're going to listen to this one first. Theo Von, he's fine. I don't like hate him. I don't think he's a horrible person. I do get frustrated with people like Theo Von and Joe Rogan and the other one, what's his nuts? I don't remember his name. Andrew Schultz. They like, I get it. They're coming around, I guess. They're trying to be like, yeah, this is bad. This isn't what we voted for. And like, I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad Theo Von is saying what he thinks. I'm glad because maybe people listening to Joe Rogan will actually hear some truth. I don't know. But I do get frustrated because, and you know, this is something that Emma says a lot, where it's like, it's like we're treating them as like children, you know, like they're grown adults. They could have done more research. They could have, you know, they could have learned these things beforehand. When they had Trump on their podcast, they could have asked him real questions instead of just, you know, sucking up to him. Like, there are just so many things that they could have done. And to infantilize them and act like, oh, well, I'm just a podcast, bro. I didn't want to vote for this. Like, oh my God. I just think is not helpful. You know, like good. I'm glad that your rhetoric is better now. Good. I'm glad that you're like learning it or realizing these things. But for Andrew Schultz to still be over here like, I mean, how can you do this? You're making all these crazy lefties sound right. And it's like, yeah, no, because we were right. And so it's like, you can't even admit that you were wrong. You can't even admit that, like, you helped enable this. Like, I'm happy your tune has changed, but for how long, you know? And so that's why I get frustrated with people like Theo Von, because it's like, okay, it's all great and good. And I'm glad that you're reaching an audience that, you know, a lot of people like me on the left are not going to reach, you know, but it's just like, it's just so frustrating because I'm worried about what's going to happen the next time, right? I'm worried about what's going to happen with like a Tucker Carlson, you know, running for president. That's what I'm worried about. And so what's going to happen the next time? Are you going to learn your lesson? Are you how are you going to act next time? And I don't really have a whole lot of faith that people like Theo Von are going to somehow be different next time around, but maybe they will be. Maybe they will. But anyway, what he's saying in this clip is very true, and I think Joe Rogan panicked when Theo Von was talking about this. But I think what he's saying is extremely based and factual. So yes, let's listen to this.
What do you think is going to happen? You think we're going to be okay?
I hope so. Of course. I don't know.
Do you think about it?
I'm confused. I can't believe we went to this war. When we started bombing Iran, I was like, this can't be true.
And what about Lebanon now?
This can't be true. How old is Joe Rogan? Like, how old is Joe Rogan?
I know. Israel's invaded Lebanon. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking stop. Like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to, supposedly, they're trying to stop the terrorists.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, if you're the fucking terrorist.
Yep. That's my favorite part. Because also, it's kind of like the Hassan 9/11 thing, you know? Everyone keeps repeating that, and it keeps coming back, and everyone just repeats that quote over and over and over again. But it's like, okay, so if something like that happened again now, would you be like, would you have the same critique if it was like, if it was the same thing, you know, if it was the same quote, if he said that now about this war, like, would you have that same critique? No, because you probably see what we did and we're like, wow, we're committing all these war crimes and we are terrorizing Iran. We are. So is Israel, and Israel's terrorizing Gaza and they're terrorizing Lebanon. So yeah, we are. It's true. We are. And so, like, I'm glad he's saying this. I'm glad he's saying it on Joe Rogan's podcast, because it's the truth. And I think a lot of right wingers are too afraid to say it. I think a lot of right wingers are so, you know, of course, they're so behind Trump that it's like, oh, whatever he says, whatever he does, I don't care. Like, you know, I'm with it. But this little, like, bro sphere where they really are, I don't know if they are anti-war or not, but, like, I'm happy that they're hearing this. But I do think that there's still this, like, American exceptionalism that people are still holding on to. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. And so I do appreciate that he's just like, yeah, no, I mean, we are. Like, no, we are. And that should be pretty easy to see, pretty easy to tell.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to stop them, fucking stand in front of the fucking mirror.
Yep.
And start there.
Yep.
What do you think is going to happen?
And I think this made Joe Rogan really uncomfortable. But he's right. I mean, he's right. But it's so much easier to invade Greenland than deal with my fifis. True. True. But yeah, it's like, he's right. I mean, Theo Von is completely correct. And I'm glad he said it, but I don't know. It's just like, I wish he could have said, I wish he could have thought stuff like this before. But I hope it gets through to people who still believe in American exceptionalism. I hope it gets through to them that this is what our tax dollars are going to. And something that I do take from this, and something that I think Democrats should be like hammering in on, is that Donald Trump said that we can't pay for daycare because we are paying for a war. I have not heard one Democratic politician, and maybe I just didn't see it, I don't know. But I have not heard one of them talk about that clip, and not heard one of them talk about that quote, because that should be playing everywhere at all times, every single day. Because every single time we say, hey, what about student loans? Hey, what about this? What about that? They're always like, where are you going to get the money? Where are you going to get the money? And then Donald Trump is up here on national television saying, yeah, I mean, we have the money, but we don't really have the money because we're going to pay for this war instead. All while Marco Rubio is like, yeah, we have to go after Iran because they're not using their money to support their citizens. They're using it for war. Are we not? It's all projection. Like, even their war plan or threats or propaganda is just like all projection. It's all projection. So it's insane. But he really did make Joe uncomfortable. So this is him. This is Joe trying to, and this has happened to me before, actually, where I've talked to people in my family and we'll have these conversations, and, I'll get very upset, right? Like, I'll get very upset because it's an issue I care a lot about. And so I'll get very upset, and they're like, you need to calm down. Like, it sucks that this is making you so mad or like sad or like, and it bothers me because, first of all, I think it's very belittling. You're basically belittling my feelings or my thoughts, but it's not even just that. It's also like, there are people suffering, and they're like, and we are paying for it. Like, our tax dollars are paying for it. If that doesn't make you angry, if that doesn't make you uncomfortable, then like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say to you. if that doesn't make you sad that our tax dollars went to bombing 2 different schools in Iran, bombing hospitals, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know, because that makes me incredibly angry. That makes me incredibly mad. And it does. I do think about it a lot, and it does bother me. But I think that's a good thing. I think it's good that it bothers me. But a lot of conservatives, again, instead of dealing with the feelings of being uncomfortable and being upset, they're just like, oh, you're worrying about this too much. Just like, forget about it. It'll be fine. Whatever. And that's what Joe does to Theo. So he's, you know, he panics. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Because even though Joe Rogan has been kind of saying some things that are like, that are critical of this administration, he never really says Trump, right? He never really says Trump's name. So, because he wants to stay in their good graces, but everyone around him is starting to criticize them. But he still wants to stay in the good graces of Trump. And so he doesn't ever really name Trump, but he just kind of tiptoes around the subject. And so I think when Theo's over here like, yeah, no, we're the terrorists, this is crazy, he gets very uncomfortable. And instead of actually having a conversation, he just cuts him off. He just like cuts him off and totally just like is like, it doesn't matter.
It's all just a cat and mouse game. People are like, we'll elect the Democrats next time. It's like, but it's all the same shit has been happening forever. They haven't been helping anybody forever. They're letting fucking politicians slurp on kids. All of our fucking money goes to Israel and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like everybody is scared out of their wits right now. It's like our religious leaders are afraid to speak out. And it's like it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us and our religious leaders are fucking talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is going, I don't know, man.
We got to get you off those antidepressants, son. You're losing your fucking marbles.
You think I am?
Come hang out with us. Just chill out.
I'm here. It's all just a cat and mouse game.
That's like, and the thing is, again, like, this has literally happened to me before. This has literally happened to me before where I'm making good points. Like, we're having a conversation. It was a political conversation or argument or whatever. And it gets to the end and it's like, really, you shouldn't let things get you this angry. And like, that's how the conversation ends. And it ends up, it doesn't help, actually. It ends up making me more angry because I'm like, you're just kind of just blowing me off. You're just blowing everything I said off. These are real problems and they affect most of this shit affects all of us. And I think I think a lot of conservatives, especially privileged white people, especially think that like, you know, think that all these problems that are happening in the world or in our country just don't have anything to do with them. It's never going to affect them. It doesn't have anything to do with their lives and da 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 da. But it does. It does. Everything is political and it does have to do with your lives. And a lot of these people think that they're so privileged that they're just never going to experience any hardship based on the decisions that our government makes. But they're wrong, because this war, this is going, first of all, I care about the people who are being killed. I care about the people who are being murdered, right? I'm not okay with that. But also, like, yeah, what if we do start having fuel shortages? Other countries are starting to have fuel shortages. What if it gets to the point where prices are so insane that almost nobody can afford it? Do you think that you are going to be exempt in that situation? Do you think that you are somehow just going to be exempt from the larger community that you are in this country? No, you're not. You're not. And so a lot of privileged white people, they just think that it's just never going to touch them. It's never going to touch them, but it will. And now that it is, that's why you have all these people who were just on Trump's ass, were kissing Trump's ass in the beginning, are now like, oh, this isn't what I voted for. Just like scared Pikachu face, like, oh my God, this isn't what I voted for. This isn't what I meant. But it is. You voted for someone who's a bully. You voted for someone who enjoys cruelty. That's who you voted for. And now he's being cruel and he's being a bully. And you're like, I didn't vote for this. Well, you did. You did. You also voted for a liar. And he's lied about a million things before. And this is not the first time, okay? And so it frustrates me at the same time as like I'm happy that they're coming out and they're like, this is not good. We don't want this, da da da. It also frustrates me because now that it's starting to affect them, now it's like, oh, maybe he's not doing the best things right now, you know, and it's just it's frustrating. It's just words. Nobody is dying. Yeah. If that does not make you angry, what should? Exactly. Stop. You're starting to make sense. Chill out. No, I think that's what it is too. I think it's like they don't want to handle the conflict head on. And they also don't want to admit that, like, okay, yeah, like things are bad, you know, because the whole American exceptionalism thing. But I also think it's just they don't like feeling like they're wrong or feeling uncomfortable. And so instead of just instead of, you know, wrestling with those feelings, you just are like, just chill out, just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Like, whatever. It's just like, all right. So the next podcast, bro, we are going to be talking about, this one's actually kind of funny. So this one's funny. Yay. It's not, frustrating. This one's funny. So the next, podcast where we're going to talk about is also someone that wasn't doing very good in a debate, and that is Adam from PBD. Oh my God, is this the funniest shit I have seen in my life? This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So PBD on his podcast, apparently he like controls these people's lives, okay? And he's like controlling their lives. He's controlling how they dress. He's controlling what they say and what they do on debates. It's crazy. Anyway, Adam went on this debate and it was on Piers Morgan and he did horrible. And nobody likes Adam, really. All the comments on YouTube were always like, oh, Adam, because he's been very like pro-war. And most people are not, this war is very unpopular. And so in the comments, it's all like Adam hate. And he went on this debate and he did horrifically. And so then he goes back on the PBD podcast and PBD is like insinuating that he's gonna fire him like on the podcast. And then he says that, yeah, you know, I talked to this person about this and I talked to that person about, so he's like talking to all his employees. I think Vinny, he got to wear a suit and he's like trying to like micromanage their lives. I don't know, it's kind of weird. That's what it seems like to me. But anyway, we're gonna watch this because it's so funny. And we're gonna have fun laughing at them. So first, let's watch a clip of the debate. So oh my God, okay. So we're gonna watch the debate, a clip of this debate, and this is what got him. I think he's gonna get fired from PBD, but this is where that started.
And if you want to keep doing this, buddy, you could tell me to check the scoreboard. I'll run circles around you on this, dude. Check the scoreboard. Most unpopular war in American history going in. Check the scoreboard. 13 dead Americans and 150 plus other wounded. Thousands of innocents, including little schoolgirls in Iran, killed. Dead innocent Israelis. Hundreds of dead innocent people in Lebanon. Millions of innocent people being displaced.
I love how Adam... You can tell that Adam in the beginning of this was kind of like, oh shit. And then now he's just like, you know. Anyway, he has a slick comeback.
All at the cost of tens of billions of dollars and destroying Trump's coalition. Check your scoreboard, Adam. How's it looking for you? And if you want to keep doing this, buddy, you can...
Okay, I don't have the response, but I think his response was like, I was doing really good. I was like, oh, I found all the clips, but I guess I didn't find the clip of his response. But his response was like, what was it? I think it was about like getting out of Afghanistan or something. And he was just like, that was unpopular. Like, What are you talking about? Like he brought up a totally separate subject and was like, well, what about this? And it's like, okay, but that's not what we're talking about. I hate when that happens, when you're talking about politics, and conservatives tend to do that a lot. They're like, well, what about this? And what about that? The whole whataboutism thing. I'm like, it doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about right now. Like, you're just bringing this up because you don't have a response to the point I made. But yeah, and so that's Adam getting embarrassed on Piers Morgan, which is quite funny. And now this is PBD like going in on Adam because he is worried that it's gonna make him look bad. It's gonna make PBD an extension look bad, right? So he's really upset with Adam.
I didn't see you making arguments on Dave Smith. And the reason why I'm doing this with you openly, and I'm talking to you openly with you, is there's an element of also...
It wasn't, okay, look, they explained it here, my dumbass. I misremembered it wrong. Because I watched the clip. So in an effort to protect his brand, PBD dressed down Adam Sosnick on the show yesterday over Adam's viral Israel-Iran debate with Dave Smith on Piers Morgan last week, where Adam's tactic was to bring up Dave's past debate with Coleman Hughes as much as possible. So instead of having a response to this war and why he supports it, he instead was like, you did a really bad debate before this debate. There was a time that you did a really bad debate, and so I'm gonna bring it up in this debate where I'm doing really bad. Okay. I mean, it kind of does. Honestly, it does make Adam look bad, and it kind of does make PBD look bad, but like, I already look at PBD like this, so it really doesn't change my outlook, you know? Like, it doesn't change how I view PBD at all. Like, it kind of just like, yeah, no, it seems correct. Seems correct that you guys would be the ones that would have these arguments. Yes, that seems correct. And so it doesn't change my outlook on them, because famously PBD had like, it was like a pyramid scheme or an MLM. And so, like, come on. I already look at you like that, PBD, but okay. Anyway, here we go.
Representing where you're coming from.
Okay, we're gonna start it over.
I didn't see you making arguments on Dave Smith. And the reason why I'm doing this with you openly, and I'm talking to you openly with you, is there's an element of also representing where you're coming from, where the expectation is, hey, when you go and be professionals, that's not how I handle debates. I don't handle debates that way. That's not my MO. So if you're close to me and you're handling it that way, that is not my style. I don't do stuff like that. And Dave and I don't even agree on some of these issues. But if I'm having a conversation, it's about what is this next phase. And by the way, the reason why I'm having this direct feedback with you publicly is for the following reason. This is how I roll, Adam.
Because he wants to embarrass you. Like, listen. I don't like Adam, but like, this is so insane. Watching this is so insane, because it's like, no, he wants to embarrass you in front of people. That's his whole point. Like, I think he's actually like relishing in and embarrassing you. And it's not even just that. He also wants people to know that like, that debate was bad because of you, and I had nothing to do with it. And if I did have something to do with it, it wouldn't have been that bad, and you wouldn't have looked so dumb. He just cared about himself. Like, he doesn't care. It's just like Trump. It is just like Trump. He does not care about anybody else. He does not care about any of them. He just wants to micromanage them. He just wants people to do what he says. And I think he very purposely wants to embarrass Adam on purpose.
I'll give you private feedback and have your back 100%. I've always been like that. This is why my guys like working with me, and they know how tough it is at times, because I'm always challenging them. But if my private feedback that I'm giving doesn't land, and it feels like you have immunity to go run around and say whatever you want and keep saying, I don't give a shit what people say, I do. There's an approach to take about this game. I don't care that we have differences in debates. We push each other here, and we have arguments and, comment, I side with Vinny today. You know what? Today, actually, I side with Adam. There was a couple moments where you had a couple clips of like, they sided with you. I think Adam's the point today.
Just a couple. I love how he has to bring that out. Just a couple, because people like notoriously hate Adam on the PBD podcast. Like in the comments, people hate him. So he has to be like, yeah, I mean, there were a few where people agreed with you. There were a couple where people agreed with you.
I'm like, oh, okay, Adam had a point. And then, hey, Tom, no, I'm siding with Tom today. Pat, you were off today. No problem. But it's recreating for the next phase of what is that next phase for you.
What is that next phase? That's when you know you're getting fired. What is the next phase? What is the next, like, where do you see yourself? What is the next phase?
And that's a very important thing for you to be thinking about.
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. You should be thinking about your next phase, Adam. It's very important that you think about your next phase, because it looks like your next phase is not going to be with PBD. It does not include PBD. Oh my God, this is so funny. It's also such, like, I feel like it's such a power trip to sit here, like, on the podcast and like call him out and like have this like reprimand, you know, on the podcast. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't think people like working for PBD. If I'd have to gather, they probably hate working for him. And it sounds like he micromanages them and like micromanages what they say and what they do and how they act. And that would drive me insane. I would lose my mind.
I've had that conversation with him, recreating himself.
It's also not healthy. It's very toxic.
I've had that conversation with him, recreating himself. I've had the conversation with him.
Recreating himself in my image. I think he was pointing to Vinny when that happened. And it was so funny because a couple weeks ago, Vinny started wearing a suit. And I remember on the Majority Report, they were like, why is he wearing a suit? Like, what is going on with Vinny? And then this came out. They were like, he's wearing a suit because PBD probably told him to. Because PBD was probably like, hey, man, hey, you got to start wearing a suit. And so he did it. He did it. So he did it. They're crazy. This is so crazy to me because these are the same men that would be like, oh, don't be a sheeple. Don't be a sheeple. And it's like, what are you then? What are you then? This man says jump, you say how high with Trump and PBD. Like, what in the world? I think I also have like a problem with authority, you know, but like that would, and I have had someone like that in my life. It wasn't a boss. It was someone I don't know. It was stupid. Anyway, it was a music group that I helped did their social media, and the guy that was like in charge of it was not good. Okay. And it took me a really long time to realize like he was taking advantage of my time because I was not getting paid and I was just doing social media for them for free for years. And he would like yell at me. Like if I made a mistake, he would like yell at me, like verbally, like berate me. And like one time his wife had to step in and be like, do not talk to her like that. She only did it once. But yeah, and so anyway, so like I've had experiences with feeling like very micromanaged and like feeling like I have to be this different person for you know that you want me to be. And that's what PBD's doing. He's just kind of like, he's like, yeah, I told him that, you know, he needs to dress better. So he did. Now he's dressing like me. And he's like, that's not how I do it. You need to do things how I do it. Like, this is just like a whole power trip. And it's really like, it's funny because it's toward Adam and Adam's horrible, right? But also like, it's kind of like insane. And it's so toxic and so crazy that this man is just sitting here, like having this power trip on the podcast, like on the timeline. It's crazy.
Created himself. I have the conversation openly with me on what I need to recreate. But for me, when I saw that, I'm like, you know, you brought up another guy from the past that beat Dave. Great. You know, you brought up no, there needs to be the Adam that I've seen debate that is prepared. He actually would have made some real good points there. And you, by the way, you've been a moderator for Zero Hedge with Dave Smith and what do you call it? Laura Loomer, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you did? Didn't you moderate? Yeah.
Yes.
And I was a pretty good job you did as a moderator. So I don't know. I'm saying this publicly to say this next phase requires all of us to recreate ourselves, and that includes you in a big way. And I've said this privately 8 weeks.
This is real corporate speak right here. This is real corporate speak right here, man. This next phase means that we're all gonna have to recreate ourselves, you know? Literally, that is like corporate speak. That's like LinkedIn speak.
9 weeks ago at that dinner place we went to, and I was very direct with you. But you're cornering me to have to say this publicly to you right now. And you have to make a decision on what you want to do with this next phase. You got to recreate yourself. Sure. It's a very important thing. I'm being very respectful to you. And you had no idea that I'm going to go here this morning. You had no clue I'm going. And by the way, I intentionally changed it.
He was about to say that he intentionally changed their segments and like their outline for the show so he could talk about this in the middle of their podcast. Oh my God. I mean, this is insane. Like, this is insane. Like, this is the most insane thing in the world. This is insane. I kind of did make them look bad, like their failure of her takes, but yes, they were always in the gutter. Adam, you make me look like a loser. Please be scared of me. Exactly. Mr. Tampon Guy, what is not to love? Ah, yes. Next phase, unemployment. Damn, I think his move was I quit. Literally, like, I don't know how he sat through that. And he sat through that with his head, like, kind of like, you know, kind of like down like this. I'm like, bro, for someone who's like, I'm manly, I'm this, I'm that, like, manosphere, like, bro shit or whatever, like, you're just sitting there. Like, listen, I can tend to get upset. So, like, you know, I don't think I would have fared too well in that situation. But you're just sitting there. You're barely saying anything. And when you do say something, it's just like, yeah, you know, you have your head hung down, your head hanging low. Like, it's embarrassing. This is embarrassing for you on so many levels. How can you not walk out? Exactly. I would have walked out. Like, I would have completely walked out. There's just no way. There's no way I would have sat there and just been like, I would have been like, what the fuck? I'm like, you don't control my life outside of this studio. You get that, right? Like, this is the studio. You control the studio, but my life outside of it, you don't control. You don't. Insane. He calls that a mentor. Yeah. No, exactly. That's I'm pretty sure that is what the person who I was like doing social media for called it. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about that because I just thought it was so hilarious. And you know, the funny thing is that I don't think people who hate Adam are going to suddenly like not become conservatives anymore, but it does, like, it should make you think, if you listen to Adam normally and think that he's smart or something, you would think that like you would maybe reconsider that now. And maybe you'd be like, he didn't really have any talking points. He just said, oh, this guy is bad at debating, while I'm currently not really even debating. Like, I'm not really sure why he brought that up, but it's like, shouldn't that, like, you know, put a light bulb in your head that maybe all of this is bullshit. All of this is bullshit and he's wrong about most things, you know? All right. So the last thing that we're going to watch tonight, our live stream tonight, is actually going to be a really fun one. So I got this suggestion to watch the Zoran video with Curtis Sliwa. So we're going to watch that. I'm super excited. I actually haven't seen it. Like, I've seen like the thumbnails, but I haven't watched the video. So I'm super excited to watch it with you all. And so we're going to watch that right now. And I thought it'd be fun to do a fun little happy thing before, before going back to the real world. And after talking about all the crazy stuff in the world. So that's what we're going to watch. And I'm very excited. So thank you for the suggestion. All right, let's watch this. I'm very excited. You know, Curtis Lewa is an interesting character. He's such an interesting. I had so much fun. Like, I had so much fun covering the New York mayoral debates. Like, literally, they were so much fun. It was just such a fun time. And Curtis Lewa, like, I hate that I kind of like him, but I do. And like, it's good that he's not mayor, you know? Then I don't have to take him so seriously, right? It's kind of like the whole Donald Trump thing. If he wasn't president and I didn't have to take him seriously, he'd be kind of a funny person to laugh at. But he is president, so I do have to take him somewhat seriously, even though he's an absurd person. But, like, Curtis is not the mayor. So, like, I can laugh at him now. It's kind of funny now. So, like, you know, anyway. Here's the video. Let's watch the video. I'm excited. Okay.
How you doing, doctor?
It's not how I'm doing. It's how you're doing, young man. My name is Dr. Lizashleee.
I love that Curtis Lewa did this. And I love that Zoran wanted to do this with him. It's incredible. It's incredible. Okay. And it also says paging Dr. Klewa, and it's a C without not an S, and C instead of an S. Okay, let's keep going.
Dr. Klewa, you said?
Yeah, Dr. Cleveland. I'm looking at your name here on the chart. I don't even want to try to pronounce it. Hey, is it okay if I just call you the Z-Man?
Yeah, that's fine. You look very familiar, though.
Were you ever riding the trains in the wee hours of the morning from like 1980 to 1991?
I wasn't, how do you say this, Dr. Klewa, alive.
Okay, young buck. So you're here for a cat allergy shot, huh?
Yes, sir. My wife and I are adopting a cat.
It never stops with one or two.
Oh, I'm going to adopt a cat soon, hopefully. I don't know. I have to pay money to my apartment complex before I can adopt a cat, but it's in the works. I'm going to make a plan. I plan everything out, and so I have it on my to-do list to have a cat plan. How I'm going to adopt a cat. Anyway, not the point, but I do want to adopt a cat. I do.
Oh, no, it doesn't. How many shots have you gotten up to now?
This is actually going to be my third shot.
Oh, your third. Mm-hmm. You know, I got 5.
Had to do this. She has 2 cats. I'm sorry. This is not probably interesting, but anyway, I'm gonna tell it anyway. My friend, she has 2 cats, and she had to go through this. She literally had to get. She was like allergic. She was allergic to cats, and the amount of money it costs for these shots, for these allergy shots, are insane. Like, insane. But she had to take all these allergy shots so she wasn't allergic to her cats anymore, and it was crazy. It was crazy. She had to take them all the time. I was like, oh my God. But she's not allergic anymore, so that's good.
5 shots in the back of a cab.
Back of a cab?
Well, it's before your time.
Okay,
Doctors can be.
I didn't really understand what they were saying.
It never stops with one or two. Oh, no, it doesn't. How many shots have you gotten up to now?
This is actually going to be my third shot.
Oh, your third. Mm-hmm. You know, I got 5 shots in the back of a cab.
Back of a cab?
Well, it's before your time. Doctors Gambino and Doctors Gotti, they did things a lot differently back in the day.
What day was that exactly?
Oh, you ever see Love Story? Oh. Anyway, I don't know if the nurse told you, I'm sort of going through a midlife crisis, you know, changing careers. It's been a little traumatic.
What were you doing before?
Oh, you know, hosting radio shows, protecting parades' right to exist, and most importantly, helping to destroy sinister, old political dynasties. Oh, by the way...
Okay, that was my favorite part. My favorite part was where he said protecting parades. I will never forget watching the New York mayoral debate and them asking about, like, the parades being such a big deal. It was the most ridiculous thing, and it was just so funny because they made such a big deal out of all the parades. They were like, are you gonna let this parade happen? Are you gonna go to this parade? And Zoran's like, I don't know, man, I just want to be mayor. And they're like, oh. You're not gonna let parades happen. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. And Curtis is like, protecting the right for parades to exist. That was one of the funniest moments in those debates. Okay, let's go back a little bit more.
Political dynasties. But by the way, it isn't all about me. What do you do?
Oh, I'm a content creator, but I do a little governing on the side. Anyway, first day. You're going to do great, Dr. Cleaver.
Don't be glazing me, Z-Man.
Okay.
But hey, I'm a little nervous. I got to be honest with you. Whenever I get nervous, I treat myself to a new beret. This one is a new color that the shop just got in. Red.
Oh, looks good on you, Dr. Cleaver. Anyway, there's something I have to get to. Do you mind if we get the show on the road?
Oh, no worries. I got a train to go out and patrol. You mind if I put on something that helped get me through cat med allergy school?
No, not at all.
Take it slow, but it's not typical.
I don't know if I can have this music in the background.
Yeah, that.
Damn it.
30 pounds?
It's 31 pounds.
Oh, no.
Yow!
Sorry. They keep playing the music, and I know they're going to get me. Ah. Oh, and that was it. Okay. Oh, that was funny. That was great. I'm so happy they did that. I love that. That was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that. This is great. It was great. Sliwa was shot in the back of a cab by some mafia or something back in the day. Yeah, that was really funny. I really like all the debate jokes. Like the don't be glazing me, Z-Man. That was amazing. Oh, I enjoyed that thoroughly. A lot of the aunties in the outer boroughs have an appreciation for Sliwa because when incidents happen, the police either would respond or take forever, and Sliwa's group was there to help them. The police wouldn't respond or take forever, and Sliwa's group was there to help him. Yeah, no, yeah, that's why I was like, Sliwa is he's an interesting character, right? I don't like fully hate him, you know. I don't fully hate him, but I also know that like he's also, you know, I'm sure if he was mayor, I'm sure there's things he would do that I would find reprehensible. So, you know, I'm just happy he's not the mayor, right? Because then we can watch this and we can laugh and it's funny and it's amazing. And like, this is the kind of thing that we should be seeing on our timeline, right? Not open the effing straight, you crazy bastards. Like, you know, so just saying, doesn't he have like 17 cats? I think he does. No, I think he does. That's why he said it starts with 1 or 2, and that's not where it goes. He is funny. Like, he's hilarious. He's a funny guy. He's so funny. Yeah, that was great. That I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm glad we watched that because that was so funny. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here today. It was so fun. Wednesday, we're going to talk about Candace and Erica and them going back and forth calling each other closeted because I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so that, but then also Kristi Noem and her husband and some of the new and some of the Supreme Court decisions that happened recently around conversion therapy. So that's, and how all these MAGA people who are like so homophobic are actually big hypocrites. So that's what Wednesday is going to be about. So you should check that out. It's going to come out on Wednesday. Tomorrow for members, we're going to talk about Jake Paul on Theo Von and him wanting to do blackface. Yeah. And then, yeah, those are the videos this week. And then next week, we're going to have another stream at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes. Thank you. Erica is by now. Maybe. I'm not sure. But we're going to talk about it on Wednesday. I actually don't know. But there are rumors going around. But now there's rumors going around about Candace. And the rumors themselves are homophobic because, yeah, like... The rumors themselves are homophobic because they're like, oh my God, it's such a scandal if they're queer. Oh my God. But it's like, who cares? But anyway, that's what the video is about. So you should watch it when it comes out. Candace and Erica made for a lifetime. I know. Literally. Have you, okay, I'm going to leave soon. So I'm sorry. I always say, oh yeah, bye. And then I continue talking. Have you all seen the thumbnails for Bride of Charlie? Oh my God. She has like 8 or 9 episodes and the thumbnails are insane. They're insane. They're crazy. They're so weird. They're creepy. Like, oh my God. You should check them out. If you've never seen them, seriously, go check them out because they're insane. All right? Anyway, you saw one. Yeah. No, you should look at the other ones. There are other ones. Okay. There are other ones and they progressively keep getting crazier. All right. There's one where it's like her or somebody else holding a gun or something. It's insane. Yes, you should check it out. It's crazy. Thank you for the stream. Have a great night, everyone. Yes, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Seriously, thank you all for being here. I love you all so much. Thank you for coming and talking with me. It really is so much fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And I will see you in the next video. Actually, before I go, don't let me forget. Thank you to my members. Thank you to my members. Thank you, Creflo. Thank you, Hey Skip J. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And now I will see you in the next video. Bye.